but they have a dominant tendency of how they think, how they view the world, how they're motivated, and kind of how to deal with them. If they get those three things, then you can feel satisfied that you communicated effectively. Every day, I work with people that don't think like I think. It can be really frustrating. Do you work with people that your brain thinks one way and their brain thinks a totally different way? Yeah, I think all of us are like that. Like, everyone thinks differently, and people have different tendencies and different ways of viewing the world and different ways of getting things done and different ways of being motivated. And it can be a little frustrating. Do you ever find yourself getting frustrated with people who aren't understanding what you're saying? Or they're not doing things the way that you think they should be done? It can be hard. It can be a challenge in life. I picked up a book my husband has been reading yesterday, and I skimmed through it. I read a lot of it yesterday, and I thought I'd do a little review. It's called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin, and I loved it. It explained so clearly four different tendencies. You can group most people into these four different tendencies, and of course there's sub-tendencies, but they have a dominant tendency of how they think, how they view the world, how they're motivated, and kind of how to deal with them, how to work with them, and how to communicate effectively with each tendency. I found this book so helpful. So to chunk it down a little bit for you, the four tendencies are rebel, the type of person, if you tell them to do something, they won't do it just because you told them to do it. Yeah, we all know some of those. And then there are the upholders. They just love rules. They love an outline. They love organization. And they're like, oh, these are the rules. I'll do that. Okay. Those people are kind of easy to work with if you have rules. If you know how to communicate with them, right? Then there are the obligers, people who are people pleasers. They're like, okay, what do you want me to do? What do people think is the best way? They kind of look around and try to figure out what's going on, and they kind of can mesh and flow and really get in rhythm with what's going on, which is great if you have something going on. It could be hard if you don't have a system or they don't have anybody to look at. As you can see, all the tendencies have their pluses and minuses. And then the fourth one is the questioner. They have lots of questions. They want to know everything about everything, and once they can understand what's going on, they're like, okay, let's do this. They can move forward, and they're motivated to move forward when they know why they're moving forward. Why this project? Why now? We all know some of those. And so this book really talks about how they can flow together and how to effectively communicate with all of them. I highly recommend it. My biggest takeaway from the book is all four tendencies need these three things for us to be able to effectively communicate with them. They first need information. Give them all the information that you have, everything that you can think of that applies to the project or the thing that you're working on, or what's happening in life, happening in the day, or what you expect. Information. They need information. They need to understand what the consequences are if the task isn't done or if things don't happen the way that they've been informed need to happen. So consequences. And once they understand those consequences, they need to be given a choice. Okay, once they have the information, they're like, okay, you've given me all the information. Now, what happens if I don't do it? What happens if I do it? And then after that, give them a choice. Let them decide. What are they going to do? Are they going to choose to use this information? Which way? Are they going to act on it? Are they not going to act on it? If they get those three things, then you can feel satisfied that you communicated effectively and that they understood what was going on, what the consequences were, and that they had choice. I'm so excited to be able to start applying these principles. I think it's going to be amazing because I know people are so different and they think differently than me. And the people that I work with every day, especially my kids, they're so different from me. Some of them are similar and that makes it easier, but some of them are different and that makes it also easier because they can do things that I can't do. So I encourage you. I've given you the information. The consequence of applying some of this could be amazing. The consequence of not is fine too, but now that you have the information, I'm guessing you're going to be like, oh, maybe I could apply that. That'd be cool. So try it out. Let me know in the comments if it works for you. I think it'd be nice.